Absolutely delighted to be joined by Emily and Tommy from Flock Cover as part of the Superscript Charity Esports Tournament. Welcome, Tommy. Welcome, Emily.
Thanks, John. Morning. How you doing?
I'm keeping the best. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm coming live from Edinburgh. You guys are London and Derby, respectively. We were just saying there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm South London, and yeah, Emily's between the both of us, I think.
Yeah, directly in the middle. Can't get much more central than Derby.
Lovely. And Tommy, you are the Partnership Manager at Flock Cover, and Emily, you are the Sales Development Rep. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about Flock Cover and what you guys are all about and how you managed to get involved in this wonderful tournament?
Yeah, sure. I'll jump in here and give the sort of elevator pitch on Flock. So we're a data-driven insurance provider. What that means is that we utilize a load of different data to quantify risk in real time and then provide flexible insurance policies that range from fixed fee to usage-based, depending on the exposure to risk that you have. We launched into the drone market first. That's very much our niche. Our speciality is working with all sorts of cool operators in Europe and even further afield than that. But we've recently also launched a motor product. So we're launching into this new area and looking to take the motor space by storm as well. And I'm the Drone Partnerships Manager. So my role currently kind of has two sides to it. One where I work with different stakeholders within the drone space and develop partnerships there, from associations to manufacturers to some service providers as well. And then the second element is that I also work on the insurance side and our partnerships there with different distribution channels, primarily brokers in the UK, but also in Europe as well. And Emily's a slightly newer addition to the team. Emily, do you want to give us a quick overview of what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I've actually only been with Flock for just over a month now, so still a little newbie. So not only a noob at COD, but also a noob in terms of Flock. But no, it's been great so far, and I'm on the sales team, so working with Tommy and some of our other colleagues to just speak to all the different customers and basically sell what we do, really. So it's intense, but it's also really fun. Like the team are just amazing, and it's been a whirlwind but amazing start so far. And yeah, now this tournament thrown into the mix as well, it's just been amazing.
What a lovely baptism of fire. And you're certainly
exactly.
You're certainly not a noob, but I watched your stream last week, and the internal comms between Flock is something to behold. Really, really good. Enjoyed that. And by the way, a drone partnerships manager. That is a pretty cool title. I used to work in oil and gas.
Not bad.
There's such a huge application of drones in the oil and gas industry as well. There's a huge company based up here, Cyberhawk.
Yeah, we know the guys at Cyberhawk.
I thought they'd be on your radar.
Yeah, no, that energy is an exciting space. One, that's prime for drone development right now. Lots of risky inspections that need to be done, and seeing the benefits that something like unmanned tech brings to that space is incredible. But we are seeing some, really cool use cases out there now. We're ensuring medical drone deliveries for the NHS. We're seeing, the first prototypes of flying cars being tested in the UK and in Europe as well, and some parts of Asia. So the drone space is definitely a cool place to be in, and a cool job title. Well, cool word to have in your job title as well.
Definitely flying cars. I didn't think this interview was going to go there. That is awesome. And Emily, you've came on board. The company's obviously grown throughout lockdown. And how's that onboarding process been from working remotely? Have the team managed to make you feel very welcome?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think I think anyone that comes into a new job is apprehensive, but I think then when you start a new job and it's completely remote, you sort of have those nerves of, oh, am I going to fit into the team? Am I going to make any friends or however? And I think the team at Flock have done it so well. And I've said to them multiple times since I've started, I don't think I've felt so welcome in a company ever. I just think the way that they've onboarded people, well, me especially, I just think it's been amazing. And then, I'll bring it back to the fact that I think it was 2 weeks into my role and I was already being sort of poached onto the esports tournament team by Tommy himself. I casually mentioned that I liked gaming and that over lockdown I'd got into games, and then Tommy was straight there like, oh, Emily, let's do it. So yeah, no, it's been brilliant, and I think it's credit to the team, all of the team at Flock that have onboarded me, and I just think they've done it in a way that's made me feel confident in my role and really get to grips with it, really.
Lovely. Well, what a glowing testimonial for anybody looking for a role at Flock.
Definitely.
Must be brilliant to hear as a manager. And how has lockdown affected the business then, Tommy? Has it been a big challenge for you, or has it been a fairly smooth transition?
So it's really almost the tale of two cities, really. We've got two kind of aspects of the products we sell in the drone space anyway. One, which is self-serve, so that's where customers can come and buy either monthly policies or annual policies, or even a per flight policy, so micro duration, 1 to 8 hours, fully customizable. So that's the self-serve offering, where ultimately we have little interaction with customers beyond if they obviously reach out to our customer success team. That side of the business, especially in the first lockdown, everybody was inside, so nobody was out flying. No one was, that first lockdown was the strictest, I'd say, of all of them.
Yeah.
And we really saw kind of, a bit of a stall there in the amount of people out there flying. But the kind of tale of two cities, and the second side of that is that our enterprise customers, so the larger fleets that we work with, the more complex operation, the more expensive kit that's out there, if anything, they've seen an increase in activity during these lockdowns, because obviously drones are, well, I think a lot of people are starting to see the potential that drone has, particularly in a socially distant world where you can't be that close together. Our enterprise customers were still out in the field flying. They're outside, they can keep socially distant. And if anything, we've seen some projects and processes kind of speed up because of COVID and the pandemic that's out there. In particular, when you think of medical drone deliveries and some of the stuff, shout out to some of our partners at Skyports who were all over the news doing some work with the NHS and drone deliveries. And these kind of projects really were fast tracked in a lot of ways because of the status of the world and the fact that we needed to be distant. So it's kind of been an interesting year, really, where we've seen our enterprise customers, and especially those coming up to renewal now, are growing. They're adding more drones, they're adding more pilots, they're winning contracts around the world, and in some spaces getting, regulation fast tracked to be able to operate in things that they couldn't do before. And then what we've seen is that first lockdown was pretty hard on those, smaller businesses, individual sole traders. But throughout the year now, as things kind of have the new normals kind of come into play, that started to pick back up. And we've seen, actually, even though we've been in a lockdown, this quarter has been huge for that self-serve side.
But you're obviously really passionate about it. Like you're lucky to have found such a great career, and you guys are obviously passionately fundraising from being involved in the Superscript tournament as well. I've just seen that's crept up again. You're in second place. You've already raised £300 for Cancer Research UK. Phenomenal effort so far. Do you want to tell us a little bit about why you've chosen them? And
yeah, sure. I'll take this one. So we had sort of quite an in-depth discussion as a team as to which charity we would support, because it can actually be quite a hard decision because there's so many amazing charities out there. We sort of had a chat about it, and we were going, like, Mind is another amazing charity that we'd also discuss some of the homeless charities. But I think we came to the conclusion that with cancer research, unfortunately, so many of us are either directly or indirectly affected by cancer, and there's still so much research going on and needed to be done, that we just thought that cancer research is one that I feel a lot of people can get behind, and the work that they do is amazing. So it wasn't an easy decision, but once we'd made it, we were like, yeah, we're really happy with the decision we've made.
No, and I'm sure they're absolutely delighted to have your support as well. But it is really tough. There's so many worthy charities out there.
Yeah.
It's a really tough decision for any business to make. But as you know, with this tournament, there's £2,000 up for grabs for your chosen charity, and that moves us nicely on to the action itself. How confident are we of bringing home a donation for cancer research? Do you think we can do it?
Oh, I don't know if confidence is the right word. I mean, we can always do it, yeah, there's maybe a bit of a David and Goliath. Until, when was it? 2 weeks ago, none of us had the game, so we've had to put some hours in after work and on the weekends to kind of get back up to speed. And we did okay last week. We lost the first round against ECR, was it? But they were
ERS.
ESR. Yeah, ERS. They were very good though. And then we beat what was it, hot tub? Someone's hot tub?
Yeah, Pete's hot tub party.
That was the domestic and general team, with one of the more creative team
That's the
names
one.
we've seen.
Yes, brilliant team name.
And I think tonight's the big challenge. I've heard that CFC underwriting are the ones to watch, and we're playing them first. So yeah, that's going to be it's going to be an interesting one.
The CFC Thunderwriting team, they're sitting pretty at the top of the group already. Having played just 2 games as well. But that ERS match in the first round, straight off the blocks, you don't really know what to expect. You went right to the wire with that one. It finished up 2-1 against a good team. So there's definitely a lot of game and talent in the flock cover ranks. How tight was
I don't
know. There was 13 kills in the end in the TDM. Like, that is quite a tight match. But how much did you enjoy that? Was there adrenaline fueling? Was it sweaty?
Yeah, I think definitely for me, the heart was pumping. I think especially after that second round when we managed to level the scores, we went into that last one thinking we could maybe nab it, but yeah, I think the better team probably won at the end of the day, unfortunately.
And look, I managed to step in then to watch your Discord or your Twitch stream, pardon me, for the match against Domestic in general. And you wiped the floor with them, for want of a better expression, in the S&D maps. And there was some great communication there, but as a team, do you find it's brought you guys together, having, like, obviously you're doing some practice and things and just having a focal point to work towards? Are you enjoying that internally? Is there much buzz created in the office? Well, virtual office, I suppose.
Yeah, I think, well, from the 4 of us involved anyway, we've got, our own Slack channel, our own WhatsApp group. And yeah, I mean, Emily being a new hire just a few weeks in, it's been great to get her on board because we've ended up probably socialising more with someone that being virtual and distant probably would have done less of if it wasn't for the tournament. So I think it definitely has brought some buzz back to the team. And yeah, I mean, communication, I think David let out a few profanities, but we'll let that slide, and we'll try and keep it more PG tonight.
I think from my perspective as well, as a newbie coming into the team, obviously me and Tommy work directly together with the sort of sales side of things, but with the other 2 guys, they're on our tech team. So although we do have like team meetings and stuff, it maybe wouldn't have been as often that I communicated with them. So to get to know a completely different team in that sort of way as well was really helpful to me, and like we all get on really well. So it's been great for me to sort of integrate me even more into the team. So it's been really good.
That's great. It's just that common ground that you can come together around. And so you're currently in second place in the group, not factoring in the head-to-heads. It's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight. Looking ahead, we've got fixtures against CFC Thunderwriting, Hiscox, and then a final match against the Hot Potato Superscript team. Do you want to make any predictions for how this evening's going to pan out?
I don't know if I want to do that. I can make some predictions. I think I could do some predictions for CFC. I think that's going to be a rough ride, looking at their previous scores. But the other 2 teams, we'll have to wait and see. I think they both won 1 and lost 1 last week. Was that right? So similar standings to us. Yeah.
The Hot Potato team have won 1 and lost 1, and the Hiscox team have lost both their fixtures.
Okay. All right, so hopefully similar levels to us. Might be. Yeah, it'd be a good show, I hope.
Right. Well, if we're not going to go in, and I like that. I like that. You're quietly confident. I'm sensing that. But there's obviously the elite sections, the prestige sections, and the professional sections. What are we aiming for?
Well, we actually talked about this briefly the other day, because obviously you want to go for the elite, but are we going to win?
Is there going to be a tactical switch?
No, we would never do that. We're in it to win it. We're in it to win it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd love to go to the elite, but I think that's the top 2, isn't it, of our group? So I think CFC are probably destined for that, and then the Renegades that we lost to last week look like strong contenders for that second spot. But who knows? Maybe they might luck out tonight, and we might creep in there.
Right. Well, now that you've said that, by the way, if you do end up in the lower tiers, we're all going to just believe that it was tactical anyway. So
Never.
I don't think we've ever had the experience of somebody throwing a hardpoint map, but it might come down to that. Let's see. And just finally, then, obviously, you guys are doing this through your company and you're getting paid for this, for your time, for your salaries. What's it like to be paid to play esports?
I'll let Emily take this one.
Well, for me, it's just bizarre because obviously when I took the job, like a couple of months ago, I never expected to be playing in an esports tournament, and I don't think any of my friends would have expected it either. But I mean, here we are, and we're loving it. So yeah, keep it coming.
We're gonna have to add this into the job spec for future hires.
I think so. Yeah, I think Tommy did mention yesterday actually that maybe like some of my performance targets could be based on my COD performance. I think, I mean, if that's going in, then that's absolutely fine by me. As long as I actually learn how to defuse a bomb properly, then that's fine.
Love that.
Yeah, yeah.
And any sort of like performance linked to your kill death ratio would be just excellent. You mentioned obviously being fairly fresh to Modern Warfare. What game and titles would you like to see in the future? Obviously, there's big plans for the Superscript Esports Tournament to make it an annual thing. What would you maybe like us to focus on next year?
Tough to say, really.
Yeah.
I quite like a bit of Overwatch. That's a game I quite like. But I don't know if that's maybe pushing the boat a little bit too far to get teams of 6v6 with that. But I'd love a bit of Overwatch, to be fair. That would be good fun. If not, Call of Duty, I think is a happy one that everyone pretty much I think has played. So yeah, a fun one to get involved with.
Overwatch.
I really enjoy Halo. Like I've grown up playing Halo. So for me, and I know that David on our team, he loves Halo as well. So I think from my perspective, I think Halo would be a good one. There's similar sorts of formats, and yeah, that's always a good one. Gets the heart pumping a bit.
Halo would be great. It's the Xbox cross-platform play that makes it a bit of a challenge with that.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for the suggestions. We will look into those ones. Overwatch would be class, and I think a 6v6 would be really interesting to get going as well. But for now, the focus is firmly on the Call of Duty tournament, and I wish you every success this evening and hopefully going into next week into the finals. Any final words of thanks or anything to the Superscript guys for making it all a reality and making it happen?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, thanks, John, for organising, hosting, herding cats around the Discord channels and making sure we're all there on time and doing what we need to. And yeah, huge shout out to Superscript, great initiative. We work with them. They help us place some complex business lines of insurance. So it's great to get to know them a little bit outside of work as well, and to spend some time, even if it is killing each other on a virtual battlefield. It's still quality time together.
Correct, it is. It's bonding. Well, look, on that note, I would just love to thank you both very much for your time and wish you all the best for this evening. Thank you both.
Yeah, thank you, John. Thank you.
Cheers, John.
Cheers. Bye.